I've been from after I spoke with your producer a couple of days ago, I've been getting heavy backlash. Up to 2 hours before coming on the show, I've been getting backlash left, right, and center. And this is what I take up and I start to fight the backlash. Psalms number 3 and
Hey,
Psalms 93.
Hey!
You understand? The voices and the waves that's risen up against me. You understand? You understand? And like I share with you briefly that I'm writing a book about my life story.
Yes.
I will not be able to tell everything on the show in one night, but I could always come back anytime you request. But everything is going down in the book. Everything, there is nothing leave uncovered. Everything is going down in the book.
I
am
so happy to say this right now, that you are getting a chance, not even with the book. You are getting a chance to let the world know. Listen this. That you're not going to die with the name that they make you got when you were young. No. Deliverance. Deliverance is here for you and salvation is at your house right now. You see, people want to hurt you.
I receive it.
They want to hurt you and they want to keep you quiet that you can't speak of the hurt. So if you, as Rahab, up to this day, Rahab is still the harlot. Because people doesn't want to change your name. They want you to remain how they believe you are. They're not going to see you for who you become. And tonight I spew the blood of Jesus over this conversation. Hello, Basha. Over this conversation tonight. And I ask you to continue to speak as the Spirit give you utterance to do so. Calling no names if you don't want to. If you want to, you can. The views of Shirley James are not the views of Mama Coco. So Stephanie want to say something and you're right back onto your topic.
Shirley, my mother wanted me to be a teacher. But because of the stuff that she dealt with as a teacher, I decided I wanted to be a nurse. And the area I chose to work in and I loved was domestic violence and child abuse. I worked in England for a bit and I've stopped doing nursing frontline. But my whole life, I'm not a rich woman, my whole life has been spent trying to make women safe, helping women who have been abused, especially the emotional abuse, the sexual abuse, and the, in Trinidad and Tobago, if a man says he's going to kill you, it's just a matter of when, how, and where.
Hey.
So my whole concept, I've been doing domestic violence in England. I've been doing my work covertly. People feel I'm in England. People say I'm a prostitute here and I'm not doing anything. But I don't have to tell people who I am and what I am. I work with women because I get joy and I get peace and my mother used to do that. And I have continued walking in her shoes, doing it. Because women need somebody who they can relate to, who they feel comfortable with. And I thank God you saw me on Mama Coco and he decided to come here and speak. Let no one.
I didn't know she knew you.
I know her. And now as she's talking, I remember in her action as a young girl, she was abused by one and all in the village. I could attest to that. And I remember when my mother wrote that letter. When I hear talking about Angela, because my name is Thomas now, people think I'm a Thomas some Tobago.
The way I told you yesterday, look at that. Look what I told you yesterday. That the only reason why you should have really let go of the Thomas and call yourself, because I'm going to be calling you Stephanie Edwards, so that people can know who I am.
Me as Thomas.
People don't know you as Thomas. Yesterday I was telling her that. I said something telling me as Thomas. I said, Stephanie, something telling me that you shouldn't be carrying Thomas, People don't know Thomas.
Thomas is a borrowed name.
The spirit for victory over your life, Stephanie, is not looking for Stephanie Thomas. No, he's not looking for Stephanie Thomas. That is why so many things was so dark for you. But until I telling you right now again, you have to claim your name. But all your documents and all your movements to England is under Thomas. But I am telling you, I see victory for you, but the victory is not for Thomas.
No, I am
It is for
Edwards.
Stephanie
I'm
Edwards.
Amen.
Edwards. Edwards is my father's name.
Edwards.
That's why when people come on my show, I ask you, tell me about your name.
Exactly.
Because your name speaks in volume.
Exactly. And my name is a British name too. And my father is well known. And when people realize who I am, they say, oh, we want to know who is this Thomas. I am not a Thomas from Tobago. I am a Edwards. I am who I am. And you know what, Shirley? Just you talking as senior as a little girl carrying that bucket of water from Ralph's standpipe. And everybody used to be treating you bad. You put on a lot of weight. You were like a whippet. You were very slim, and you always had problems with your self-esteem. You understand what I'm saying? I am not a rich woman, but I feel satisfied when I hear of what my mother did to help you. And sometimes people would call me and tell me, you remember me? You helped me do so and so and so. I don't talk about what I do. I don't have no big accolades. I don't have fame. But I help a lot of women because I don't like advantage, especially the emotional abuse. I remember working in St. Anne's and see so many women end up in St. Anne's Hospital because of abuse, emotional abuse from men. Some men in very high places abuse a lot of women. So Shirley, you have your therapy. It's deliverance to you. You continue to overcome. Use whatever means necessary. You know, my phone does ring all hour the night. Michael has said, but you don't sleep. I just be doing work. I just be doing the Lord's work. I don't tell people half of the thing I doing. So people think I stupid and I don't do nothing. I don't care. But I do a lot of stuff. And I thank God I was the magnet to bring you to Mama Coco for you to have your deliverance. You hear what I'm saying? And you're my friend on Facebook. Just keep inboxing me if you need to talk. I am there. Okay?
Okay.
Right.
Thank you. And I thank God for the clarification, you know, because even when you are at a tender age and you know, because I started, you know, talking to some people who had ideas of certain things, you understand, because after a while they start making you feel like it's your imagination, you know, you inventing your own things, but I know what I went through. I know what happened to me. You understand? And the most hurtful part about it is that nobody never said to me one day that I am sorry for the pain that you endure. Not one person. And you know how I started to overcome? By me coming into America. And when my marriage fell apart, I entered into counseling. For 2 years, I went to counseling here in the United States. And all the abuse from the day one surfaced and come up in the counseling and come out. And my therapist started setting strategies for me. You understand? And I learned in counseling that I did not do anything wrong. That they all violate me because I was at a tender age.
You're vulnerable.
And let me tell you, a child becomes delinquent for lack of love and respect and patience from their parents. So that's why I tell young people, consider before you decide that you want to have kids, because you have to have, that's the rod of correction, love, patience, understanding. Because the word said, train up a child in the way that they should go. I was not trained up in the way I should go. Nobody never sit and dialogue with me. Take, for instance, when I become a young lady and I did the common entrance exam. The same day the exam coming down from Shore Park Road there, we all sat in the road picking fruits from the fruit tree. When I got up, there's a pool of blood on the ground. I don't know what it is. I'm crying for days, thinking I'm looking for a cut. Where is the cut? I'm scared. I went to bed the Sunday by my grandmother. Right? When I went to bed the Sunday by my grandmother with Wendy, Judy, and Evie and them, Wendy is the one started staying on me and told me to go home and tell them. Well, here is disaster. I'm scared to go to say what Wendy tell me. It did not come out until after 12 the night. My uncle's wife was ironing clothes. And when it came out, you know what she turned around and tell me? The people that I went to and tell, let them give me something to put on. And it's the next day. You was a woman in the house and my uncle bringing diaper to give to me to put on.
Oh, Lord.
My daughter was 7 years old and knew what it is to become a young lady. When my daughter became a young lady, I was home with her. She came to me and she said, Mom, my period is here. I said, go in the shower because we had all these discussions. She took a shower and she knew what to do because whether I was home or not, if she was in school, she knew to go to the teacher, to the nurse office. She knew all these things. I tried to be a better parent. I'm not perfect because my kids could still tell you there's something they don't, and I will tell you what my kids don't like about me. They say I'm too loud. they say my son called me Big Shirley. Any girl that he brings to meet me, he said, this is Big Shirley. She don't play. I'm straightforward. I was an overprotective mom. I had 2 sleepovers at my house with my daughter. The only man my daughter ever been in the present to leave alone here in America is her dad and her brother. Because I work hard in Trinidad, but when I came to United States, I worked 3 and 4 jobs at a time. I had many jobs. They used to say, when do you sleep? I like nice things, so I work hard for what I want. But my daughter, especially my girl child, she was on the job with me. When I was selling clothes, she in the van. I used to work in the hotel at the front desk. I used to work in a B&B as a house innkeeper. She on the job. Any job I have, that's why I started doing subcontracting jobs. I used to go to work 2 o'clock in the morning. 2 o'clock in the morning, the road full of snow, and I'm driving going to Pennsylvania with my late daughter in the van. You understand? When she was a baby, her dad would have to sit up and hold her all night until I come home because she was breastfed. And you can't leave a breastfed child with nobody.
God
and that is how my healing starts, by discovering comes and the thing, Caribbean people think that once you go into therapy or counseling, you're crazy. Well, thank God for being crazy. I'm free.
Hey.
No chains holding
I'm
you, Shirley. No, Mama Coco, you remember we had this conversation where I told you my mommy gave me a book about periods. I took it to school and got in trouble. You remember?
Yes. Yes, I remember you saying that.
Because you see me, I am, and that was, as a district health visitor, that was my pet peeve. Because people like Shirley will end up having periods and they don't know what's going on with them. You understand me?
Oh,
so that's an issue that needs to be addressed.
Yes.
It's a serious issue. I spoke about it.
Yes.
So
tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we are 1 hour and 13 minutes. We are going to make the 90-minute show tonight. But Shirley already said it, that she's open to be back. Shirley, you have to come back. You haven't spoken about Shirley. Your education. You haven't you haven't said how you get into fashion, because she's a fashionista. Oh yes. Designer and everything. And we have Ian. Michael, tell us something.
Me, I want to say.
Let me see the other, right?
You want me to say my age? you want to say, but the thing about it is, we all are adults, and besides being a radio talk show host, being involved with something that struck me, what she said about periods and stuff. And I always tell people, even on my shows, we need to get away from this taboo mentality.
Of course.
We like to hide things. I started a while ago dealing with impotency and what women go through again, menopause. And you find it has some people, especially men, ask me, boy, what are you talking about that for? Because I know personally in Trinidad and Tobago, they ain't talking that on the radio because we have this taboo life. Now, Shirley said something about periods, and let me get back to that. I remember, this is, again, being a single dad. I've been a single dad of 3 girls and a boy for over 15 plus years. And I remember my daughter was going to school. All the girls, they were going to school in Dinsley Gardens. And one day, my big daughter came home. I laugh when I hear Shirley talk about the periods. I remember she come home and she stood up by the gate. She said, Daddy, no, there was no woman around, because I bringing them up there, no woman, it's only me. I plaiting their hair, everything for them. I used to plait their hair. Sometimes I plait their hair, guys, and I only put it in 2 things and tied, and they used to complain, like Daddy, that is all you can plait me. Yeah, that is all, or pull it back. Daddy, you can't plait my hair better than that. So she came home a day, stood up by the gate. She said, Daddy, there's my big daughter, spoiled child. She said, Daddy, you know what happened to me today? I said, well, I'm not telling you, fight, who you beat? Because she was that kind of person. No, I beat. I say, she come up easy. Something happened to me today. I feel that thing running down my leg. So I went to the teacher. And when I went to the teacher, she told me my periods came. So listen, so she came, she was confident. That's why I keep telling men, they need to build that kind of confidence with the children, get them to understand, talk to them. So we had that kind of closeness that she was able to come. She didn't go to no other woman, it was the teacher and then me. And I say, okay, you know what happened to Toya, your senior period. Just like that, typical me. I take up myself, I went out to Dinsley Junction, that a drugstore outside there, and I went some money. Thank you very much. But here the greatest, I go on in the drugstore now and I ask them for pads. People watching me like, oh, he come here. I say, so hear me. I say, hey, that's my daughter. If you only want to know, I'm buying pads from me. And I will do that today. I will, if you ask my wife, if you have the CEO, Shy, if I had to go and buy, I will go and pick up. So your wife is your CEO? She's the CEO of the radio station. Well, actually, I made her the CEO of the station. Hey. Because that's my wife. That's the other half. I can't just do my thing by myself. I can't be stingy. But no. we need to understand, because I have been through a lot. I remember going to the not skipping. I remember going to the Ministry of Social Development when I had my children, and an African man, sat down in that chair and watched me and said, "So, Mr. Lewis, we can't really help you, you know. Do you know the orphanage in Tacarega, St. Mary's Orphanage?" So I said, "Well, yeah." He said, "Well, since you can't see about your children, this is a man, eh? Boy, oh God. I never forget it. That living with me still. Because a man telling another man that, he said, well, here are gone. If you can't do anything for your children, because we can't do nothing for you. And this is the Ministry of Social Development, eh? He said, could you go to the St. Mary's children's home and carry your children there and leave them? I watched the man. The only thing I didn't do was lick him down that day. Oh boy. Now look at this. Now a weaker man now. If it was another man, if it was another man who didn't really care about his children, you see me, I go carry them and put them there. You see today, I have no regrets at all because I made the right decision. All my children today, including my stepchildren, but my children, my biological children, knock on wood, they have excelled education-wise, job-wise. Yeah. Right? Yes. That's why I always preach and I say to men, you have to reach to that stage of connection with your children. If you and the children mother finish, don't finish with. It doesn't mean you have to end it with your children. Yeah. No. So go ahead and talk.
I'm saying that
go ahead.
We have a culture where we don't chat things that matter, things that could make a difference in people's lives. We know about the neighbor business, we know about everything else. Yeah. We don't talk about issues relating to our health. We don't direct our children sad to say, about things about the issue of life. Menstruation is something, not to bully the child and tell her, you're becoming a big woman and don't talk to boys. That is not talking to children about life, about the life changes, about how they should deal with issues related to incest. And the other thing is we call our children's body parts by all these funny names. So when the actual issue happen, it's very difficult when the child telling you that somebody touched her fat and these different words. We need to lose those words and use the proper names of the children's body parts so that they will be able to identify what is happening and that they would be heard. You understand what I'm saying? That's another thing I have to talk about. People are not dealing with issues from a realistic perspective.
Thank you.
Fathers and mothers don't come with handbooks. So parenting is something that is causing a lot of issue. As a district health visitor, I try my best to help parents to become, you know, if I have a single father, I give him life skills so that he can cope. If I meet a single mother, I give her life skills that they can cope. Because our society has a lot of dysfunctional families, you know, and so a lot of in Tobago, a lot of children grow up with grandparents and foster aunties and uncles, and what she says there is not unique. You understand what I'm saying? So, we have a lot of work to do. There's a lot of work for everybody to do.
Stephanie, there's a lot of comments that people write in. Can you read some? Call their names.
Okay. So Robert Wendell Dexter, parents talk to your children. Lots of parents fail to speak to their children. Yes, connection is important and trust. And I agree with him because you don't wait until the child reaches puberty. You have to bond with your children from small. And
they can trust you.
Exactly. So once that trust is there, it grows. Christine Jack says, well said. Thank you, Mr. Lewis.
You see what happens? Some parents have the tendency to sit down on a phone or sit down with a friend who come to visit and start to discuss all kind of things and all kind of neighbor children. So when your child do have a problem, that child wouldn't come to you because that child know that as soon as anybody else come here, you'll be taking their business and their secret outside. So that's another way where kids doesn't want to talk to their parents. Isn't that so, Stephanie?
And that's a fact. That's a fact. And how you hear your mother relate to a child with a similar issue to yours, when you have that issue, you're afraid to go to your parent because you know she's judgmental or he's judgmental.
I hear you and say already, me not tell me, me not, she just talk too much. Me not trust she.
So Jamila Jameson was saying that she feels that education needs to be improved in terms of children.
Yes.
Thank you, Stephanie. We have to educate our children, the village children as well. Children are children, whether they live in the city, in the town, or in the bush. They need to know about facts of life. Okay? Avenel Hazel has said, you might surprise that the abusers are the ones everybody looking at as good people in the villages, not knowing what happens behind closed doors.
Closed doors. Hallelujah. That's a big one.
That is a low blow and is a fact.
And that will only continue if you, the abused, stay quiet. Mm-hmm. As the saying goes, evil continue when good people stays quiet. You know, you abused me, but because I turn out good now, you want to play that I owe you something. I even owe you secret. I even owe you and your abuse to remain secret. So let me ask. So we know we have a lot of questions there, but let us ask Shirley if any member of her family, anyone at all, ever reach out and talk or hug her to make her feel comfortable, to make her believe that she's not crazy, to make her believe that she had the right not to remain silent. Hello? You know, when the police lock you up, you know what they just tell you? You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say shall be used against you in the court of law. No. When you are abused, you do not earn the right from anybody to remain silent. So Shirley, I asked a question of you. I don't know if you heard it. I think we start up with the same thing as before. So ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have our closing statements for tonight. Brother Wansley?
So much things to say.
Yes, and are you gonna promise that you will come back? Because this is unfinished.
Listen, you asking me if you want me to promise you to come back? Are you seriously asking me that question?
No. That is just a little flight.
Yeah. No. I definitely will, because this is a conversation that we need to continue. And I must applaud you, because as I said, this is stuff that I talk about on radio. And yes. Even though I get negativity from people, big people, who just want to live that taboo life, I have a problem with that. And that's not going to stop me, because, as I said, I'm an advocate for women when it comes to domestic violence. But also, we have to remember that men are also abused too, mentally and verbally. Yes. So in the society today, let me close off with this. In the society today, what is happening? I've been pounding the governments, both the ones who went and come, to establish some sort of organization for men. Listen to me, for men, because we're missing the mark all the time, over and over, and we keep blaming when a man hits a woman and this, but we don't understand that men go through the stresses in life. You have police officers that go through stress, soldiers, all of these guys go through stresses in life. So when they go into their homes, they have to meet a different type of mentality. I want to say, I definitely will come back. We need to really, really continue this conversation, because, as I said, this is what we do. This is what I do all the time on my station. And I must compliment Shirley. I want to say, be strong, continue being strong.
Oh, she's delivered.
The most important thing for a lot of women is that they need to talk, because a lot of women go through that stage in life, and it's like an inheritance. They kind of onto the children, the grandchildren.
Ian, I don't want to cut you off.
No, it's all right. It's all right.
Some of the reason that you're talking about, you say soldiers and police. Most of these soldiers and police grow up under duress themselves.
Exactly.
They're just trying to make a better life by becoming a police or a soldier.
Exactly.
Correct is right.
A lot of them heard words like, you will never make it.
Exactly.
You can't do this. You will never come out anything good.
Yes, I don't see
it. They were raped by their fathers, by their uncles, by their aunts. And in order for them to overcome, they get into the protective service, thinking that the protective, because they're in that service, they could afford to overcome with ease, because they could master a gun. Anybody touch me, I will shoot them up. Yeah. Any woman that treat me how my mother treat them, they would either know to either be a better man, or they could cut off the woman's neck at any time, because they see me, I don't care. No woman never treat me good. So the psychology is very rotational. When you do evil to a child, evil you will get as an adult, except for people like me, like you, like Stephanie, like Jacobson, you know.
Let me close off. Can I close off?
Yes.
Right, let me close off for this. I definitely have to come back. Let's close off for this. I want to send a message. I want to send a message to the present government today. I've had discussion with the Prime Minister when he was up here.
Don't call them him.
No, I ain't calling on him.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if we do not go into the homes, what I call the factories, and I don't call it the home. The factory is a place that you develop and you make things.
Yes.
If we do not go back into the factories in the society, in the community, we will always be spinning top in mud. We need to go back and deal with the parents, because some of these parents today are the ones who were abused.
Ian, hear what Wendy Rodriguez Bayou is saying, and you'll answer that too. My mother used to compare us to our cousins. That is a thing that is happening all the time and even now.
Yeah, yeah.
And she said that was devastating to her.
Yes, correct. And she's correct. You're correct, Wendy. You can't do that. You can't class your children with other people. Remember, all children are different. And that's one of the mistakes we make as I don't know, keep saying African people. That's a mistake we always make. We're trying to compare our children to other. No, we can't do that. We have to stop it. Right? I want to give Stefan them time to think, because I know you're going to come off now. We have to nip this in the bud. We have to get away from the taboo mentality. When you see I am on radio, I don't skylark. I call a spade, whether you like it or not. Because if we don't start dealing with reality and life, what we're gonna have, you see the people, Mom Coco, the people who come and chastise you, even if you're doing your show, and they will write messages and say, so what are you talking about that for? Most of the time, them is abusers, you know.
Of course.
Because they don't want you to talk about the issue. Right, guys? So I want to say, have a good one. This is a brilliant show. Definitely, I will come back.
Somebody creating a muffling. What's going on? Who headset?
I don't know. It's not mine. Could be back.
Shirley,
so I want to say, have a good one, guys. All right, have a good one. I'm here. I'm at your disposal. Anytime you need me.
Don't move, you stay.
No, I ain't going. I
ain't dismiss you yet. And even when we finish, you're gonna stay in the studio a little bit. You will talk to your wife a little later, but you will stay in the studio. Right?
I don't talk. She's locked on listening right now.
Yes, I love that woman. Yes, God be with her. God be with you. God keep togetherness going. God keep love together, even if you guys are apart. And it's supposed to be stronger and sweeter whenever you meet.
Don't worry, hello? I'm going back home just now. Don't worry. Soon.
Well, you're gonna talk about that. You're gonna talk about that. Yes. So here we are with oh, she's not here right now. So Stephanie, you could keep reading. Hi Shirley, are you ready to talk?
Shirley.
It's really.
I think the feedback coming from her.
Yeah.
So
Jamila
Stephanie,
Jacobson, when my parents couldn't kill me dead, they killed my spirit by calling me names. Joanne Cummins, yes, abusers that are ashamed to talk out of shame and fear. Robert
Wendell Dexter, he said every child
is unique and his or her ability and speciality, you know.
Yes, every child, because I'm telling you.
I never went to Bishop's High School, but I am who I am. I'm proud of who I am. As a nurse, I'm very unique. People will leave all the other nurses and come and tell me stuff. You know, the senior nurse that with your big hat, and I will leave them and come and tell me stuff. I don't know why. I will be walking down the corridor of my hospital. People will leave all the other matrons and everybody, see me with my little sister's uniform, and they offload on me. So everybody have their giftings. And once you're operating your giftings, it doesn't matter what school you went to or what but people keep trying. Everybody want their children to be doctors and lawyers and whatever, and to go to grammar schools. Everybody cannot go to a grammar school. And that is where some of the abuse come in, because they say, oh, you have to be a kitchen mechanic and you need to wash the dishes and iron the clothes and whatever. Like Shirley was she had to take care of all these little kids and do all the housework, which is abuse. So Shirley, you speak, please.
There have been real problem with Shirley.
Because she doesn't have streaming.
She doesn't have Wi-Fi. No.
She's using data.
She hotspotting,
yeah.
She's using data.
So, ladies and gentlemen, what can I say this evening?
Awesome.
Nothing.
This is confirmation.
I want people to believe me, Ian, you did not tell me half of what you said here tonight.
And I said, and I said all yet.
And you ain't talk yet. I'm telling you. You have spoken so much life into the spirit of people tonight. Stephanie, you are such an engineer. I didn't even know that you knew Shirley. It's yesterday evening late. You remember it's yesterday evening? I said,
yes, you asked me.
A woman not coming up on the show that you will be on, she says she know you. Do you know her? And then I said, oh my God, isn't this a small world? Then now Ian have a stepmother story.
Like it's a woman thing or what?
I really, yes. It's the evil that nurture young people of the past. We've seen the evil still here, you know.
Yeah, well, you see the thing. Sorry, Mom. You see the thing about
go ahead.
You see the thing about it. Why we're seeing that type of evil now is because it was never nipped and addressed in the first place. As I said earlier on, there's a lot of people who live in with baggage and walking around in society today that refuse to dump that baggage of hurt and pains. Now, I will go a little deeper by saying that when you ask a question, when you hear women saying, I don't need a man and I don't need a man and they rather stay single, most of these women are women who have been hurt. Most of them have been hurt. A woman wouldn't just come on and say, I want to be by myself. I don't want a next man. A man can't do nothing for me. No, that's not what God intended. But at the end of the day, because they were hurt in their past, they don't trust men again. You know, and it's vice versa too. The same thing with men. It happens with men. But the majority is women. When we see women who are single today, because most of them, they have their own money now, they have their own house, they don't want a man, No, that's not
use the right word now. Then have no patience to put up with no bull, whatever the word is.
Well, right, all of that. I totally agree. I totally agree with you. They don't have the patience to put up with the bull.
Or like me. Or like me. I have my children. And I ain't bringing no man in my house to touch my daughter at the time or touch my son. I would have been a murderer. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ain't nobody walking out from doing that act and remain with a testicle. I am going to strip you.
But do you know?
I was serious.
But do you know, Mom and Steph, in Trinidad and Tobago, this thing is rampant.
I know because I work in the system, love.
We have been mothers hearing the daughters complaining and the son and telling them, shut up, you want to mash up my living. What living you have? If your man that having sex with you understand me, is willing to have sex with your daughter or your son, what life is that?
No, but most of the times when that is happening in the home is because two things: the mother is being threatened, or there's some kind of financial gain to get financial gain.
Stop the threatening stuff. He could kill me. He could kill me. I could kill him too.
Well,
I know your fault, so I could afford to deal with your fault. I ain't doing that. Shirley is here now. Shirley, can you give us your closing statements, love? Shirley. I'm making jail. Avanel says she's making a jail, and that's my goddaughter. I'm making a jail.
But men will make jail. Men will make jail for the children too. Don't get tired. Men will make jail for the children.
Parents does make jail for that.
Yeah.
Jamelia Jacobson is saying 2020 we aren't taking that. My first jail would be for touching my children. Yeah.
Jamelia Jacobson says it's prevalent in Trinidad. Mommy is pregnant and her daughter is pregnant.
That is true.
You know, I've delivered 9-year-olds because the mother was in hospital while she was having the baby. The father impregnated the daughter, and 9 months after, she's having a baby too. You know.
Yeah. Come on now. Yeah. These things are evil.
Incest.
It is. And then you're looking at the fact that you have some women today, some quote unquote, who go in competition with the daughters.
But they want to dressing.
Yeah, they're dressing like they want to dress better than the daughters.
As mutton.
Yeah. So when they go anywhere,
There was a case in Tobago where a mother was with this man. The mother and the man finished, and the next week, she daughter driving the man vehicle everywhere, moving with the man that your mother was living with. And then all of a sudden now they are best friends again. Hell no, baby girl. There ain't no best friend here. You're a woman and you know what to do. You know I was doing it and you doing it too now. Stay away from me. And the man, when he come to the man, please. I don't know what I would have done with him. I'm not going to imagine.
She needs to unmute herself.
Imagine his preparation for something. I ain't imagining. If it did happen, people would have known. But we praise God tonight that we had a wonderful show. The feedback was great, and we have our sister here. If she has anything to say, we will take a closing statement. Shirley,
unmute.
Shirley, are you hearing me?
She's mute.
She's mute, isn't it?
I don't know if she's mute or it's just the Wi-Fi. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you guys for being here. Michael Ian Wansley Lewis, this is your sister here, and this is your mama, Coco. It's an honor to have you. It was a blessing to invite you, and I'm so glad that you are a radio station owner, you and your wife, and you guys are doing great. Can you tell us how can we help you to move forward in that business tonight? Give us, a lot of people will want to join you. A lot of people will want to follow you because of the Mama Coco and because of what you say here tonight. I pray that you're going to get some more viewership.
Yeah, sure. Well, the thing about it, for those who are listening, one of the things is that when we started the station, basically just like what we're discussing tonight, we started the station on these grounds that it's not a funky station, it's not a bacchanal station like some of these stations in Trinidad and Tobago. It's a family station. And one of the things that I've established on the station is the online radio station, and people have to understand that media now, just like what you doing and I doing, is the new norm, because online radio is what's going to be taking over. The purpose of the station is to bring family back, to bring family together, dealing with male issues, dealing with women. We basically talk everything across the board. It's an inclusion station. It's all inclusive. Anybody wants to come on and they want to have discussion, they want to be part. I had presenters who come and have shows. They will talk. For me, if anybody wants to get in contact with me, they could go on my page, look for my name on my page, and you could come and join when I'm live. I could go through Mama, because I just share a lot of stuff Mama Coco doing, even though she don't cook. All the food she cooking, I never get nothing to eat from this. So, but at the end of the day, if anybody wants to know what Radio Irie, TT UK, remember I said that, Radio Irie, TT UK, yes, you can come and join me. You can come, you could take part. We are free-ish kind of, how to say it, Mom? We don't take money from people. You want to say something? Come on the show, come on the station. You want to be part? Come. But let me break some news for you tonight now. And I'm going to say,
because you're going home.
No, I'm not going home. You know where I am? It's 2:24. I am personally inviting Stephanie and Mom Coco. We're going to set a date to be guests on Radio Irie, TT UK, that we could do some follow-up and continue this type of issue.
So what kind of quick pro code is something for something? I ain't coming on your show yet. I ain't ready. Where you playing? You want to force me? You want to force me because you come?
You bully.
Don't push your luck. We will talk.
Wait. So do I have to do I have to go through the protocol to get to you? You need to tell me,
Of course, I'll get my people will get back to you, son.
Okay, thank you. So I must say thanks for being here. I love you too, bad. Listen, the first time we met is like, whoa. It's like, whoa, where you came from?
Yes.
And since that we have always had that connection. I mean, not every day we'll talk, but I remember I was doing a gospel show quickly. And when we started doing that gospel show, you came on, and I have never seen so many people lock onto that gospel show when you came on. You remember that?
Yes. They said, because the show was about to end.
Yes.
When I came on. And you said, I can't end this show. Look what happened.
Exactly.
Mama Coco, I don't know what you did. I don't know what happened.
Exactly. Seriously, Stephanie, I was saying, but Mama Coco, this spirit, my whole spirit changed.
Yes.
Whole demeanor,
has that ability, trust me.
My whole demeanor, I was about to finish, and hear me. Mama Coco, I don't know what it is you come and do me tonight. You just stir up my spirit. You come and dig out me inside. Yes. And I went on for the next hour or so playing gospel music.
Hour plus.
Yep, an hour plus.
Yes.
So I want to say thanks again. Continue doing what you're doing. Anytime, feel free. you can get me. And the name of the station people asking is Radio
Yeah.
Irie TT UK. We stream on
Management already did it. So you know
Alright,
what?
good.
It's
Yes.
there. It's on live. It's there.
Yes, follow and listen to his radio program. Go to yes, look, everything is here.
Yes,
Everything
yes,
is here.
yes.
So Sister Shirley, can you speak, or we have to end the show without your closing statement? And I hope everything with Shirley will be fixed because she's back on, and we're gonna do it very soon because this message have to go out. And we have to stop all these abusive bullies. You already abused me. You already changed my way of thinking. You already changed my way of living. And now you still want to shut me up and shut me down. You still want me to stand by. You still want me to send you gifts and be nice to you. It doesn't work like that. You hurt me, you have to pay. And don't feel that it's when you die in bed, you coming to call me to come now to help you to get to heaven. I ain't helping you to get to heaven when you already sent me to hell. How you treated me. You go to heaven on your own. You don't need me to come by your bedside. You don't need to send to call me. You don't need to send messages to me to help you go to heaven. You know what you did, and you have to go to God. Repent. 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 So to all my guests, I want to say thank you. Shirley, can you speak? I don't think she can speak.
Yeah.
And to all my listeners tonight, to all my people tonight who following me from week to week, day to day, year to year, who there with their critiques, and who there again, whatever you have to say, you can say it. Because when you critique me, I can either know that I am right and you are wrong, or you are right and I am wrong. So you could do what you want. We're not going to accommodate abusers. We're not going to accommodate obscenity. And we're not going to accommodate people who don't want to learn. Tomorrow we are anxious. Because tomorrow we have our panel of nurses. 6 of them tomorrow, along with my goddaughter, Avanel Hazel. She's not a nurse, but she's in the
psychology area.
Yes, she's in the medical field.
Yeah.
Yes, she can psych you out. Yes. So Mr. Lewis, we have a lot of people on my show that could give you a good conversation on your live also.
Yeah, man.
Sharing is caring.
Somebody done one of the listeners just said quickly he wants to do a Black History Month. I'm not doing a Black History Month. I'm doing a Black History
Life.
Until such time.
Yes, no. You don't even have to tell me so. It's Will and Ivan Nurse. Yes. I know. Yes.
So I'm now telling him to add me, and we will speak. But I don't want to do a Black History Month for 1 month. Yeah.
So Stephanie and I, we already talk of the Black History, and we don't have Black History Month. We have Black History Day.
Every day for us.
So we'll be having a show with Stephanie and then Luan Melville. Yes. Right. We are all Black History. All of us. We are Black History.
It's a way of life.
It's a way of life.
It is. Brilliant show tonight, this morning. Brilliant.
So God be with you till we meet again. Till we meet. Well, I can't sing that note there tonight. I talk too much.